So, how's everyone's Saturday going so far? I hope it's going very well. So the review for this is called Assault on VA-33. Stars Sean Patrick Finley, Weston Coppola, Ron Van Dam, Alberto Hawk, and Gina Holden. The plot of this is Jason Hill, a decorated Army vet, while on routine visit to a VA hospital, organized terrorists infiltrate the building and takes hostages, including a general and Hill's wife. The first things that I noticed in this is he has a very good portrayal of a vet with PTSD, twitching with his eyes. Way he responds to the noise of the coffee machine, the finger and the hand fiddling, to walking with a limp. The way he portrays a well-respected and disciplined soldier as he talks to people. This is a action thriller, adventure action, and it is a small budget movie. Well, not small budget, but is a indie film, or you would call it a, excuse me if I'm wrong, a project film. Has a crisp, clean camera quality, but I will add the light settings of here on the set was a bit too bright. They could have easily toned that down. It was definitely in a lot of spots. It was mostly in the VA hospital, and they have a lot of very powerful lights, so I don't know if you could even control that. But then again, I don't know fully about lighting. Obviously, you've seen different lighting in my videos, so it's kind of here and there. No expert on it, but from what I could tell, again, had a little bit of too much of a brightness to it. But that was only, again, in the VA hospital. They did something I haven't seen before. They looked like they took a smoke machine and turned a fan on for the background ambience, including his PTS flashbacks. Also looked like this was shot in a winter, as you could see his breath, which did a cool effect to the interrogation scene, which they didn't really show specifically anything brutal, like the cutting off the fingers, which I don't know exactly how you would do that other than some fake mannequin or hands or something like they do in movies, and they tend to do it. So I don't know. They probably didn't have, obviously, that kind of budget for that type of stuff, but for what they did, they cut the scenes out and they showed the guy above the guy actually doing it, not actually doing it itself with the cutting, if you know what I mean. They did pretty good. Now, I will say the little banter between the henchmen was a tiny bit cheesy, but again, tiny bit, this key word. It wasn't much. It was just thrown in there a little bit, and it didn't really have a problem with it. I just thought I'd point it out. Now, back to like the other movie, there was a logic into this. It's a VA hospital that specifically, in this particular one, focuses on PTSD treatment and people with PTSD from the military, obviously. So it's funny how there is no metal detectors or a good amount of security in this type of VA hospital. And the security service that brought in the general don't check people ahead of time of his arrival. I mean, they brought in boxes of submachine guns, pistols, AR-15s, even some big machine guns with feed rounds into the building, posing as elevator repair workers. And the guy just walked in and with a handgun under his shirt. So the lack of security is kind of it's like a huge kind of flaw in this film. But, you know, for the story in general, I thought, you know, it is what it is, and I actually did really enjoy it. Throughout this, Sean did a very impressive job at acting. I was shocked. Not only was Mark Douglas was in this. If you don't know who he is, I'll throw a picture up. He was in John Wick 3. We got somewhat of a blade, in this case a machete type of martial arts scene. I was a bit let down on that. I think I was hoping a lot more from that, but then again, I think one's a martial artist and one's just an older actor, so you can't really get that whole fight scene type of like full on. But he was injured in a raid or some sort by a IED. So, it kind of does fit. But, I just wish they would have had more if they're going to throw him in there. I really love this movie despite its flaws. I mean, it's a project film, I believe, so it's going to have problems. Now, again, I believe this is a project film, a low-budget film, whatever you want to call it. I wouldn't say exactly it's a B film, but I think from beginning to end, it was very well done. Very well done, very well directed. Again, there were some flaws in the story, but not a whole lot in my opinion. Let me know in the comments below when they had the military uniforms. Were those accurate? I know that I have some vets and some people who have way more knowledge than me when it comes to modern military accuracy. Did you see any other flaws in here? Let me know in the comments. Did I miss anything? Did you like this movie? Did you hate it? I personally really, really liked this movie. It wasn't even just that I enjoyed it. I really loved it. Especially for what type of film it is. A project film, you tend to get some kind of sucky and not, or just, okay. But I have seen plenty of ones that were pretty good. That's really all I got to say. I think overall the acting from the main people were good. The henchmen and henchwomen were a bit iffy here and there. But I think they did okay for what dialogue they got. There was definitely a lot of killings in this. A lot more than I expected. And I honestly wasn't bored. I was very, very intrigued throughout this, there was definitely some CGI. There's a CGI problem shot in here. I also just remembered for some reason they had a Black Hawk coming up to the hospital window and they shot it down. Now I don't recall how armored Black Hawks are now, but I'm not thinking they could shoot it down with what they used. It was a feed round machine gun. So. But the CGI was pretty bad on that, and I'll definitely say that. But, overall, this is what my rating is. Yeah, I mean, I really, really liked this movie. And I was very shocked about how good it was. Again, this is all my opinion. I know people are going to probably disagree. But this is what I liked about it. And let me know in the comments below everything I asked, but let me know in the comments below if you would recommend this to someone if you saw it. Would you want to watch it? I don't know. Just leave a comment no matter what. Maybe a compliment or something. I appreciate them. I need more. It helps with the algorithm. So please leave a like. Please subscribe. And I'll be having something out on Monday. Love you all, and Skol.